Hi friends, welcome all of you and good afternoon. I'm Gaurav Gupta and today I welcome all of you on the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. I'm live in front of you once again to help you out to plan your strategy for CAT 2023 as well as other management entrance examinations. Now, in this period of time, we are conducting plenty of sessions for all of you. Now, most of these sessions are content sessions in which we are covering some of the previous year paper questions of CAT and other examinations. There are some sessions in which we are covering the basic fundamental questions to strengthen your basics. And we have also designed some of the sessions so that we can show you the real picture and we can help you out in setting up a right target so that you will move on in right direction and crack this particular examination. Now, today's session will help as a motivation session for some of you. Now, I understand that a lot of us might be struggling with the scores, with the percentiles in mock examination, right? You must have already started planning your mock papers. You must be getting these results, and some of you might be getting some low percentile scores in your mock papers. Now, today in this session, I'll be mapping the score, the percentile that you are getting in mock examination versus the chances of getting the actual percentile in mock. Okay, so if I'm getting X percentile in mock examination consistently, so what can be the range or what can be my expectation as far as the actual percentile in CAT examination is concerned, right? So we'll be discussing all these things in today's session. So before I'll start, I'll clarify the agenda of this session. So in the first 3 or 4 minutes, we'll be discussing about the percentiles, the actual percentiles and the actual scores in the previous year papers of CAT. So basically the score versus percentile, actual, what has happened in the previous year papers. So I'll be discussing the overall CAT score versus percentile. I'll be discussing the overall verbal ability versus the percentile and so on for all the three sections. All right. After which we'll be comparing how much percentile I can expect in actual CAT examination based on a percentile that I'm getting in my mock papers. Okay, so I have a range of scores. Let's say if I'm getting 50 percentile, what can be my actual percentile in CAT examination? And I'll tell you the reason. I'll be telling you the reason behind that thing. Okay, so how generally we calculate this particular thing based on the percentiles of mock? How can we map the actual CAT percentile or like approximate range of the actual CAT percentile, right? Now, after that, I'll be helping you out to make a proper schedule of the mock papers for CAT as well as non-CAT examinations, right? So, CAT is on 26th of November. How should we be planning our mock papers in these 3 months, September, October, and November? And in parallel to that, we might be planning NMAT examination, we might be planning SNAP, ZAT, TestNet, MyCAT. So these are other 5 very important examinations that will be falling in this particular duration. Okay, so I'll be telling you how to basically plan your schedule for CAT and non-CAT mock papers. And if the time will permit, we'll be solving some of the actual questions of the QA section of CAT 2017. All right. So I have 5-6 questions from CAT 2017 actual question paper. So if the time will permit, we'll be solving some of those questions. All right. So let's quickly begin with this session. So first of all, a few minutes we'll be spending on score versus percentile. So I have told this particular thing plenty of times earlier. Okay, so if I'll consider the reference as the last year CAT examination, the total marks were 198. There were a total of 66 questions. Okay, now starting from 80 percentile. So if you are targeting some average B schools like LBS or of the similar level of that, right? So the colleges which fall below the colleges like IMI, IMT, Ghaziabad, and so on. So if you're like targeting the colleges which are in the range of 80 to 80%, 85 percentile, then a score of 35 in the last year paper of CAT was sufficient to achieve this percentile. Okay, so 35 marks means on an average 12 effective number of corrects. So 12 question correct करके आ जाओ and you can easily achieve 80 percentile in all the three sections together. So in all the three sections together, if I have scored 35, I'm sitting at 80 percentile. Similarly, at an effective correct of 16 questions, that means at a score of 48, a person has achieved 90 percentile in the previous year paper of CAT examination. At a score of 60, effective 20 correct, not even one third of the total paper. So not even one third of the total paper, you will get 95 percentile. At a score of 82.5, that means somewhere around 28 questions correct. 28 questions correct, the person has achieved 99 percentile overall CAT score. At 31 correct, effectively score of 93, not even half. Believe me, not even half of the total, a person has achieved 99.5 percentile. And a score of 110, that means effectively somewhere around 37 questions correct, a person has achieved 99.9 percentile. Okay. Now, if I look at the same thing section wise, so talking about VARC section at a score of 17, you can achieve 80 percentile. That means effectively 6 questions correct out of the total number of questions that you will find in VARC section. At an effective correct of 8 questions effectively correct करके आ जाओ, you will get 90 percentile. At an effective correct of around 10 questions, you will get 95, and effective correct of 13 questions. That means somewhere around half of these questions, you will be sitting at 99 percentile plus score. All right. Now moving on and comparing the same thing for LR and DI section. At a score of 10.5, will you believe just 4 questions effectively correct and your percentile will be 80 plus, and your percentile was 80 plus. So even not even one complete set. So in the last year in LRDI section, there were 4 sets having 5 questions each. So you'll pick one set, finish it completely, attempt all 5 questions correctly, and you will get somewhere around 85 percentile. Just one set. At a score of 15, again, one complete set will give you 90 percentile. At a score of 19, that means 6 to 7 questions effectively correct. That means you have entered 2 sets. एक सेट कंप्लीट कर लिया, दूसरे सेट में सेकंड सेट में आपने 2-3 क्वेश्चंस करेक्ट कर दिए, then you will achieve 95 percentile. And if you will attempt 2 complete sets correctly, all of them correct. So, though complete set correctly attempt कर लिए, that means effectively 10 questions correct, you will get 99 percentile as per the last year CAT examination. Now, finally, for the QA section, the same thing is in front of you. 11.5, that means effectively 4 questions correct, 80 percentile. Effectively 6 questions correct, 90 percentile. Effectively 7 to 8 questions correct, 95 percentile. And somewhere around 11 to 12 questions correct, you will be sitting at 99 percentile in CAT 2022. All right. So this is what has happened in the last year paper of CAT examination, right? Now, let us have a look at mock percentile versus CAT percentile. So, if I am achieving any particular percentile in mock, what expectation I can set for the actual percentile in CAT examination? Now, I'll display the entire list, and then first of all, I'll tell you the reason behind why we consider this thing. Now, one reason why this happens is it has been happening every year. Okay, so every year we have seen that it's not applicable for every student. So this is basically a general thing, general trend which we observe in the last 10 to 15 years. Okay, so first of all, this has actually happened. So this is not the case for CAT 2023 aspirant. Okay, this has been the case for the CAT aspirants every year. Okay. Now, why this happens? Now, understand that if I'm achieving 50 percentile in mock examination, okay, right now I have achieved 50 percentile. Now, what do you mean by 50 percentile? 50 percentile means you are better than 50% of all the test takers for this particular mock. Okay, so let's say you have taken a mock and 10,000 students were the total number of test takers. You have achieved 50 percentile. That means your rank is 5,000. So you have outscored 50%. You have outscored 50% of the total test takers. ठीक है? समझ में आता है? Now, who are these test takers? Generally, the people who participate in mock papers, the people who have already started preparation, this is some of the serious junk of people. Okay, so you have outscored 50% of those 10,000 serious students. At the time of actual CAT, the percentage of serious candidates adding up to the percentage of non-serious candidates adding up is completely different. Okay, so right now जो भी non-serious students होते हैं वो लोग CAT का exam वो लोग mock examinations देते ही नहीं. So majority of the actual CAT takers will not be even taking any of the mock papers. So out of like on an average 2 lakh test takers every year for CAT examination, majority people, like I would say that more than 1 lakh people do not prepare for CAT. They just go and take CAT examination. Out of those 1 lakh who prepare for CAT, how many of them are serious? Not even half of them are serious. Okay. So this is what I'm saying, that the number of serious candidates, they all are preparing for CAT examination, and your percentile right now is compared to those serious candidates. In the actual CAT examination, majority of non-serious crowd will add up, and that will increase your CAT percentile drastically. Okay, because number of people who will be below you will now be more as compared to number of people who will be above you. All right. So that is why if you are scoring any percentile in mock papers consistently, then there are higher chances that your percentile will definitely increase in the actual CAT examination. Now, this is the trend that we have observed in the past years. General trend, not applicable to everyone. Okay. Also not applicable to those students who are not consistently scoring these numbers. Okay. So if you are consistently at 50, or your score, your percentile is gradually increasing, then you can say that this table will be applicable for you. But if today you have scored 50 percentile, in the next mock you have scored 20, then you have scored 80, then 50, 40, 60, 90, your scores are fluctuating and they are going up and down randomly, then it will be difficult for you to consider this table. Like this table might not be applicable for you. So this table will be applicable for two set of students. One who are scoring consistently the same marks, or who are improving gradually day by day. Okay, so my percentile today is 50 percentile. In the next mock, I scored 53, then probably 60, 62, 67, 70. Slowly and gradually it is increasing. Okay, so you can have a look at this table. So in the last few mocks, if your mock score was somewhere around 85 to 90 percentile, then you can very well expect a percentile of 95 to 96 in actual CAT examination. So let's have a look at this table. So today, if you are scoring 50 percentile, then in CAT examination, you can expect somewhere around 70 percentile. Also understand that we have somewhere around 80 days to go for CAT. Okay, somewhere around 75 to 80 days. So in these 75 to 80 days, you will progress a lot. Okay, studies to karoge hi na, kuch to improvement hoga. So this is also one reason that your percentile will increase on the day of CAT. Today, if you are scoring 60, then you can expect somewhere around 75 to 80 in actual CAT examination. Today, if you are scoring 70 percentile, then your range can be in 87 to 88 or maybe 90. Today, if you're scoring 80 percentile, then you can very well cross the benchmark of 90 percentile in CAT examination. If you are scoring 90, then you can easily cross a barrier of 95. Today you are scoring 95, then your score may lie somewhere around 98 percentile. And today, if you are scoring 99 percentile, you can very well achieve 99.5 percentile plus in CAT examination. Once again, this is just a general trend, may not be applicable to each and every one of you, but you can you can set this kind of expectation for you. Now, this is also important in order to understand which all colleges you want to apply for, right? So today, if I'm getting 90 percentile, so my CAT score can be 95 to 96 percentile. So that means I must be filling the forms of those colleges whose cutoff is somewhere around 93, 94, 95, 96, or maybe above that. I should not be applying to the colleges which have a cutoff percentile of 80 percentile. Why to do that if I'm scoring 90 percentile right now? Or even like anything below that, 85 percentile वाले colleges भी क्यों ही apply करने हैं? Also, if today you are scoring 60 percentile and you are expecting 80 percentile in actual CAT examination, then there is no point in applying for those colleges whose cutoff is above 95 percentile or maybe above 90 percentile. That might be a little waste of money. Okay. So you can consider all these things while applying the college forms as well. Okay. All right. Now let's move ahead to the next thing. Let's plan when to take mocks. So first of all, let's talk about what should be the schedule for CAT mock papers. Now, we are right now in the month of September. We are left with another 2 months, that is October and November, right? November 26 is the date of CAT examination, right? So, as far as the schedule for mock CATs is concerned, we should make this schedule by backtracking starting from the date of CAT examination. Okay, so 26th of November is the D day. Okay, I generally recommend not to take any mock paper in the last 4 days. So maximum आपका जो last mock paper होना चाहिए, that should be either 20 or 21. I also crossed this 21. So last mock paper should be ideally on 20th of November. Okay. After that, you can brush up your concepts. You can look at some of the formulas. You can practice some questions. You can read some text. But don't take any mock in the last 5 days of your preparation. Okay. Now last mock will be on 20th. Now towards the end, the frequency of taking mocks should be a little more. Okay. So what you can do is you can take mock paper every 3 or 4 days. So before 20th, your mock can be on 15th, 11th, 7th, 3 and 30th of October, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 mocks we have planned in the month of November or by the October end. So October end से start करके examination तक, CAT exam तक, we have planned 6 to 7 mock papers, right? Now why I'm giving a gap of 3 days? So this is an ideal gap towards the end because by the end of October, I'm expecting all of you to finish up your course, finish one round of revision as well. Okay. Now, in these cases, what will happen is, let's say you have taken a mock on 30th of October. In the next 3 days, you can analyze the strategy that you have used. You can do a complete analysis of each and every question that you have attempted in mock examination, or you have left, or you have answered incorrectly, whatever. So one complete day will go in a proper analysis. Now, after the analysis, you might be knowing, you might be getting to know about your weak areas, your strong areas, right? So what you need to do is you need to just brush up your strong areas, but you need to work upon your weak areas, right? So 2 days, I believe, is more than enough to work on the weak areas, right? Now, In between these 3 days, like in between any two mocks, you can also take some sectional test, right? So let's say, like in any mock, you found out that your QA section was not good. Okay, so in these 3 days, you can attempt one sectional test of QA as well, right? Now, before 30th of October, I would recommend one mock every 7 to 10 days. Okay, so 30th October was the last mock. Now, before that, you can take a mock on 22nd. You can take a mock on like at a gap of 10 days. Okay, so 10 to 7 days, depending upon your preparation. So, if your preparation is good, you have completed your syllabus by September end, and you have also completed one round of revision by September end. Then, instead of giving a gap of 10 days, 10 days का gap की जगह, you can give a gap of 7 days. Okay? If you are done with everything by September end, one round of revision also. Okay? So, I'll repeat this thing for those students who have not completed the syllabus, who have not done the revision. They must give a gap of 8 to 10 days between two mocks in the month of October. But if I have completed my one round of fundamentals, one round of syllabus, and one round of revision as well, then I can afford to give a gap of 6 to 7 days between any two mocks in the month of October, right? In the month of September, once again, you can follow the same trend, again, depending upon the completion of your course and how much revision you have done. So last mock in the month of October was 2nd of October. Okay. So before that, you can plan a mock on 23rd, on 13th, and so on. Okay. So those who have already completed the syllabus, they can plan extra number of mocks. Also, in the month of September and October, you will have to take a lot of topic tests as well as sectional tests. Okay, so these two things are very important to be doing in the month of September and October. Without this, you will not be able to improve. Okay, so your time management skills, how to devise a strategy as far as selecting a particular question is concerned, rejecting a particular question is concerned. So all these strategies will be made at the time of topic as well as sectional test. All right. So this is what you'll have to do in the month of September, October, and November as far as CAT examination is concerned. Okay. Now talking about non-CAT mocks. Once again, I have September, October, November, but I have also the month of December and January for this. So I'll be doing that. I'll be helping you for that. First of all, let me write the dates of different examinations. So NMAT examination, the window will start from 10th of October and it will go up till 9th of December. I'm sorry, 19th of December. Okay. Now SNAP will be conducted on 3 days. So the dates for SNAP will be 10, 17 and 22 December. Okay. ZAT examination is on 7th of January. Then MyCat, obviously two dates, 4th of December and 29th of January. And testnet, expected days for testnet is 24th of February. So this exam is in the month of February. So you will at that time have plenty of days to plan the mock papers for that. Okay. Now NMAT is starting from 10th of October. And it will go up till 19th of December. Now, if you all know that you can take NMAT examination a maximum of 3 times. Okay, so when should I be planning my first attempt or the second attempt or if required the third attempt for NMAT? So I'll highlight this with green color. Now the first attempt for NMAT should be before CAT examination. Okay, so if you are not well prepared in the month of October, so I would recommend you to plan your first attempt of NMAT in this period of time. Okay, now depending upon what strategy you are using to take NMAT examination, are you going with one attempt strategy, two attempt strategy, or three attempt strategy? what my advice will be, you must go for at least 2 attempt strategy. Third attempt देखेंगे बाद में देना होगा तो देंगे, but minimum number of attempts should be 2. Minimum number of attempts. So if you are going with a 2 attempt strategy, in that case the first attempt will be in the first week of November. You all may note this thing down. So the first attempt for NMAT you can plan in the first week of November. Do not have CAT examination as your first biggest examination. Okay? So NMAT अगर पहले दे दोगे CAT से तो वो जो nervousness होती है एक examination hall की वो भी खत्म हो जाएगी. So CAT will not be your first examination of the season, right? So NMAT can be planned in the first week of November. Once the result will come for NMAT after 15 days, then you can plan your second attempt. Second attempt can be planned in the first 4 days of December. Okay, or you can attempt immediately after CAT examination. CAT का तो momentum होगा ही, so second attempt can be planned in these 3 days, right? That will leave you a bandwidth to plan the the third attempt for NMAT. So first attempt मैंने November first week में कर लिया, second attempt November last week में कर लिया. Okay, so I will now have an option of attempting NMAT once more towards the last few days of NMAT window if it is required. Okay. Now what about these mock papers for NMAT? Now NMAT का course as such कुछ different नहीं होता. Level of difficulty is also low, right? So if you are planning your first NMAT in the first week of November, then you can start devoting 2-3 hours on daily basis starting from 15th of October. What all differences you need to do is like extra things. So some topics of logical reasoning like blood relations, direction sensors, coding decoding, series, input output. So these are some very tiny topics, some very easy topics that you need to plan, that you need to study for NMAT examination. So starting from 15th of October, you can devote every day two or 3 hours. Okay. And before 1st of November, you can plan to take 4 or 5 mocks at a gap of 2 or 3 days. So 15th को एक mock दे दिया, then 18th, then maybe 22nd, then 25th, and 1st of November. So you can take 5 mock NMATs before your actual NMAT examination, right? Then if you are going for a second attempt as well, so just before second attempt, as soon as the CAT is over, you can take NMAT examination, NMAT mock on 27th and 29th, and then on 30th you can go for your actual NMAT examination, right? So this is what you need to do for NMAT. Now talking about SNAP examination, which will fall on 10th, 17th and 22nd. So immediately after this second mock, you can go for mocks of SNAP examination. So as soon as you are done with your second attempt for NMAT, starting from 1st of December, you can start studying for SNAP. Now SNAP and NMAT, they come with a similar level of difficulty, almost similar syllabus. So you just need to get yourself familiarized with the pattern of SNAP examination. You don't need to practice a lot of things. So if you are planning to take SNAP examination on 10th of December, then starting from 1st of December, you can plan the mocks on 1st, 3rd, 5th and 7th. So you can take 4 mock snaps. In between, you can do your revision, you can do the analysis of these mocks and can take SNAP examination. Okay, now those who are planning 17 and 22nd also, so 17 से just पहले 2 or 3 days पहले एक 2 mocks दे सकते हो and 22nd से पहले भी 2 mocks दे सकते हो. Lastly, for that examination, which is on 7th of January, so immediately after your last attempt of SNAP, that is 22nd December, immediately after that, you will have somewhere around 15-16 days to prepare for that. Now that is completely a different examination as compared to SNAP and MAT as well as CAT. So that के लिए majority like आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा? You'll have to prepare for decision making section. So there is a separate section in that is decision making, and you might have to study a lot of things when it comes to decision making section. Okay, so to start with, immediately after 22nd December, you can spend 5 days completely to study decision making. Okay, and then immediately after that, you can start taking mock examinations. Or the best strategy would be plan a mock ZAT on 23rd of December. 23rd of December को एक ZAT mock plan करो. That will help you in understanding the complete pattern of ZAT examination, and you can continue your preparation accordingly. Okay. Then towards the end of the year, 29th or 30th December, you can plan another mock. Then 1st of January or 2nd January, you can plan another mock. And then 3rd or 4th of January, the last mock of ZAT examination. All right. So this should be your schedule as far as non-CAT mock examinations is concerned. All right. Okay. So that is all as far as the strategizing our mock papers is concerned. Now let us solve some questions from CAT 2017. All of you, I hope all of you must be ready for this particular thing. So CAT 2017 के actual questions. So 3-4 questions solve करते हैं. Okay. So first question on your screen. Out of the shirts produced in a factory, 15% are defective, while 20% of the rest are sold in the domestic market. If the remaining 8,840 shirts are left for export, then the number of shirts produced in the factory is how much? Yes, this is an actual CAT question. Difficult to believe, but yes, this is actual CAT. CAT 2017. Come on, solve it. Post the answer in the form of option A, B, C, or D. Now, if I start by assuming the initial number or the total number of shirts as X, then 15% are defective. So that means remaining 85% are non-defective, which can be sold, while 20% of the rest, so these are the rest, 20% of the rest are sold in domestic market, and remaining, so remaining means 80% of this. So 80% is left for export, which is given as 8840. That's it. This will be the equation. So solve for x. X will be equal to 8840 multiply 100 multiply 100 divided by 80 and 85. So this will be 5 upon 4, and this will be 17 and 20. All right. So 4 and 20 will further get cancelled. So it will be 5 and 17, and the 17 into 5 is 85. 3 is left 34. 17 into 2 is 34 and 0. So 520 multiplied by 25. 520 multiplied by 25 will be the answer. Now 25 into 500 is 12,500. 25 into 20 is 500. So 12,500 plus 500, answer should be 13,000. So 13,000, that is option B is the correct answer. Difficult to believe that this is the actual question of CAT, but yes, this is the actual question of CAT 2017. Okay, चलिए next question पे चलते हैं. A manufacturer of a table sells it to the wholesale dealer at a profit of 10%. So manufacturer to wholesale dealer 10%, then wholesale dealer to retailer 30% profit, retailer to customer 50% profit. So every time the value is increasing, and finally the customer has paid 4,290 for this table. Then we'll have to find out the manufacturing cost of this table. Very simple question once again, CAT 2017. So how will we solve this? So let's say the manufacturing cost is X. So first of all, wholesaler dealer को sell करने पे profit कितना मिला 10%. So this value will be increased by 10%. Okay, so 1.1. Then it will be increased by 30%, a factor of 1.3. then increased by 50%, factor of 1.5. The final value is 4290. So once again, we'll have to solve for x and give the answer. So x will be equal to 4290 divided by 1.5. 1.5 can be written as 3 upon 2. Then 1.3 is 13 upon 10 and 1.1 will be 11 upon 10. Simplify this, get the answer. So 13 and 3. So पहले 39 से cancel कर देते हैं. 39 से 330. Then 11, it will be 30. All right. Now 30 into, wait, not getting on the options. Which गड़बड़ है? Fine. 4290, 3 by 2, 13 by 10, 11 by 10. All right. 3 into 2, 6, 6000. कहीं पे 2 की गड़बड़ है. 13 into 3 is 39. 330. 11 से cancel किया 30. Wait. So first of all, profit is 10%. 4290 divided by 1.5. Okay. So it will be 3 into 2. Let's simplify it properly. Then 13 into 10 and then 11 into 10. Okay, first of all 11 से cancel किया 390. 13 into 3. All right. So ये गड़बड़ थी यहाँ पे 10. So 2 into 10 into 10 into 10. Answer will be 2000. Okay. 2000 will be the answer. So 13, ये मैंने 13 से cancel कर दिया, यहाँ पे आना चाहिए था 110. All right. So answer will be 2000. That is option B. Okay. Next question, question number 3. Again, a very straightforward, simple and straightforward question from time and work. Inlet and outlet, we have two things. If the outlet is closed and only inlet is working, then the tank will be filled in 8 hours. If outlet is also open, then the tank will be completely filled in 10 hours. That means both inlet and outlet together can fill the tank in 10 hours. So if I'll assume that outlet can empty the tank in X hours, so the equation that can be made will be 1 hour work of inlet minus 1 hour work of outlet, because outlet pipe hai, negative work karega, will be net 1 hour work. So I can now find the value of X. So 1 upon 8 minus 1 upon 10, and that is 1 upon 40. So the value of X is 40. So I can say that the outlet pipe can empty the entire tank in 40 hours working alone. Now my question is, if only the outlet is open, then in how many hours the full tank become half full? Okay, so we don't have to empty the tank, we just have to empty it up to the half level. So the entire tank will be empty in 40 hours. So half tank will be empty in half of that time, that is 20 hours. So you have to be very careful and must read the last statement of the question. Otherwise, you would have marked option C as the answer. Right? Okay. Now let's move on to the next question, question number 4. Man buys some candies for rupees 15 a dozen and an equal number of candies for 12 a dozen. So let's say he buys X dozen candies at a rate of 15. So he must have spent 15X. Okay. First of all, he has bought X dozen of candies. Okay. So the price will be 15X. Then the same number of candies for 12 a dozen. So the money spent will be 12X. Done. Now he has 2X dozen of candies which he sold for 16.5 per dozen. That means the money that he got will be 33X. So money spent is 27X and money got is 33X. Okay. So the profit here will be 33X minus 27X, that is 6X, which is given as 150 rupees. So the value of X will be 25. Okay. Wait, do not mark your answer as 25. Read the last line. How many dozen of candies did he buy altogether? He bought X plus X. That means 2X dozens of candies. So answer will not be X, answer will be 2X. Okay. So X is 25, 2X will be equal to 50. The correct answer is option A. Okay. Once again, the relevance of reading the last line. Moving on to the next question, question number 5. Now this is slightly logical question. A, B and C are three positive integers such that A and B are in the ratio 3:4 and B and C are in the ratio 2:1. Now, first of all, combining these two, you all easily can find out the ratio A is to B is to C. ये तो पता ही लग जाएगा. Okay. So second ratio को 2 से multiply करना है and you can now combine them. So A is to B is to C will be 3:4:2. Okay. So now I can say that the values of A, B and C can be taken as 3K, 4K and 2K. Right? Question is, which of the following is the possible value of the sum of A, B and C? So in तीनों का sum क्या हो जाएगा? 3K plus 4K plus 2K, that is 9K is the sum. Since A, B and C are positive integers, the value of K will be a natural number. Okay, so I can say that the sum of these three will be 9K, that means a multiple of 9. So out of the given options, you just find out which of the following options is a multiple of 9. So option A is not a multiple of 9. The sum of the digits should be a multiple of 9 for a number to be a multiple of 9. ठीक है ना? So sum of the digits 3 है is not a multiple of 9. Sum of the digits is 7, not a multiple of 9. Sum of the digits is 3, again not a multiple of 9. Here the sum of the digits is 9, which is a multiple of 9. Hence option C will be the correct answer for question number. All right. So that's it from my side. So I just wanted to show you there was some easy questions in CAT 2017 as well. Okay, and how easy it is to score more than 95 percentile in any of the sections of CAT examination. You have seen 5 questions so easy थे CAT 2017 so if you would have easily searched for these 5-6 questions, then you can easily get a score of 85 to 90 percentile in CAT examination just on the basis of these questions. ठीक है, ये वाले questions तो 10 minutes पे खत्म हो जाएंगे. Then you will have remaining 30 minutes in which you can solve 5-6 questions more. All right. So this is the key of scoring good marks in CAT examination. All right. Now, friends, you can enroll for our CAT 2023 and other MBA exams test series. On your screen, you can see some of the highlights of the course, of the entire course, of everything that will be available to you during this test series. So go ahead, if you are not a student of BYJU'S, make sure that you enroll for this test series as soon as possible. Also, a free All India Open Mock for CAT 2023 is already live. It started on 8th of September and will be live up till 17th of September. So you have very less number of days of left to register for this free All India Open Mock for CAT 2023. Now friends, we are coming up live on YouTube channel on 14th of September at 3 p.m. where you can ask us anything related to your preparation for CAT and the other management entrance examinations. So all 4 of us will be live chatting with all of you. Okay, so you can post your questions in the chat box and we'll be helping you in resolving your queries there and then. So mark this date, 14th of September, reserve your calendars, 3 p.m. 14th of September. You can catch us live. All right. Now for CAT 2024 aspirants, how to manage your preparation along with your job or studies, Srinivas sir is conducting a live interactive workshop on our application. So you can register for this workshop. It will be conducted live on 17th of September at 11 a.m. Also, you can get up to 90% scholarship on all our CAT preparation programs. You can register for the scholarship test by logging on to our application. The test will be on 23rd of September at 11 a.m. All right. So friends, That is all from my side. Thank you very much for being a part of this session. I hope you would have learned something, you would have gained something out of this session. Have a wonderful time. Bye bye.